Hi Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to make my club card that we made this past weekend, and I'm calling this the Z-Fold pop-up card. This is the one that we made at club night. This was the very first one that I made, my template I guess you could call it, and then I made one with the crushed curry, because those are the three colors, crushed curry, melon mambo, and then the Bermuda Bay are all the three colors that we used on the card. So we're going to go ahead and make the one that we made for club. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here are the pieces you're going to need. Oh, we almost lost the window sheet. Okay, so we're using the Bermuda Bay, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. And then you're going to score it in half at 5 1/2, and then at 2 3/4. Or you could fold it and then fold it back on itself. Same measurement. And then the pop-up part of the card, this is cut at 1 inch. And then also scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. Okay, so then the Whisper White piece is cut at 2 1/2 by 4. And then It's My Party designer paper. This is cut at 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then you'll need a little piece of the window sheet. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. And these clear envelopes, you can get these from Stampin' Up. There's 50 in a pack. And you can use these through the mail. They're clear in the card. Let me show you. So the card fits right inside of the clear envelope. So I get lots of questions asked about the clear envelopes. So those are what these look like. Okay? Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and adhere our pieces. We're going to put the designer paper onto the Whisper White piece. I'm going to put this on the front panel here. Okay. So now your Z-fold of your little pop-up part, this is the way it's going to be adhered to the card. Hopefully that's showing up. So this is going to be adhered down. So I'm going to put adhesive on that. I'm using Fast Fuse because this is a moving card and I want it to stay put, especially with them moving it a lot. And I'm going to put a couple strips of the adhesive along the, I guess the quarter part of the bottom of the panel. Okay, so now we're going to take the longer part of the pop-up part of this card, put it right along the edge of the card, and then this is the way it's going to fold here. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold the card shut, and then it should line up perfectly with this edge over here. So then when it opens, it should look like that. Okay, so now we're going to take our window sheet, and these are about 3 inches long, and I just cut a little tiny section for my club girls so they can cut them themselves. And you're just going to cut 3 little strips. You want them wide enough to hold a glue dot. That's what I told them. So here's the glue dots. I'm just going to take one glue dot and put it on the back of the window sheet. And then I'm just going to go ahead and position this in each of the panels. So I'm going to put 2 here on the front. Okay, and then 1 more in this section over here. Now you could really go kind of crazy with this card. I think I did kind of on the Melon Mambo one. I went with like lots of balloons and anyway, so we're just going to do the 3 of the little pop-up little window sheets. All right, so now let's go ahead and punch our balloons. We're going to use the Balloon Bouquet punch. Okay, so we're using the designer paper, It's My Party, Bermuda Bay, Melon Mambo, and then the crushed curry. Okay, so we're going to punch out the balloons and the crushed curry. I need 1 large one and 2 small, so I'm going to come over here, this side. I'm just going to punch the small one on the end. Okay, so I need 3 of the crushed curry, and then I need 3 of the Melon Mambo. I need 2 of the large. So I'm going to punch out the large one on this end. So I have 2 large and 1 small. Okay, then I need 1 small of the Bermuda Bay. Punch that at the end. And then I need 1 of each of the candles with the designer paper, but I want the candles going in the right direction, so I'm going to punch the large one on this end. Okay, then I cut that little piece off because I need the small balloon on this end so the candles are the right way up. Okay, so you have 1 large and 1 small of the designer paper balloons. All right, so now it's just a matter of adhering them, but first we're going to go ahead and stamp. Okay, so these are the stamp sets I'm using. This is the brand new Sale-a-Bration item. It's called Party Pants. We're using Cake Time and then also Happy Birthday to You. And then we're stamping this little tiny cluster of 3 little stars in the balloon celebrations. Now this stamp set you can get with the Balloon Bouquet Builder Punch in a bundle and save 15%. And then on my Melon Mambo one, I used this as my greeting, Make a Wish. And that one was right here. Okay, and then I used the Happy Birthday to You and then the Cake Time on the inside of this card. Okay, so we're going to use the Bermuda Bay Classic ink and then also the Archival Basic Black ink. We're going to stamp Cake Time on one of the large Melon Mambo balloons. Then we're going to stamp the Happy Birthday to You on a piece of Whisper White. Then we're going to take the 1 1/4 circle punch, punch out the Happy Birthday to You. Then the 1 3/8 circle punch with the crushed curry. We're going to layer these 2 pieces together. And then pop this up on dimensional. Okay, so now let's go ahead and stamp the inside of the arm. This part that moves right here, we're going to stamp little stars across that. I'm going to stamp 3 clusters of stars on each panel. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay. All right, now it's just a matter of decorating. So we're going to adhere all the balloons to the window sheets with glue dots. So we're going to take the largest of the designer paper balloon. I'm going to put 1 glue dot on the back, and we're just going to position this. Now, I was making them like this so I could close the card and then position the balloon when it was closed. And then if the window sheet shows up behind the balloon, just trim it off, just like that. Okay. Then the next balloon is going to be the crushed curry. Okay, then the Cake Time balloon with the Melon Mambo is going to get 1 glue dot. So when I'm adhering this Cake Time one, I want it fairly high, but I don't want it above the card. So when you're positioning your balloon, make sure you're using your card as a guide, okay? And then we punched out 2 of the Melon Mambo because we want to layer this, because when the card's closed, you can see the window sheet right here with the glue dot. And I don't want to see that. So we're just going to go ahead and layer an extra balloon behind that. And these are fairly easy to line up. You're just going to line up the bottom of the balloon with the one in front. Once you get that lined up, then it should line up pretty easily. Okay, so then when it's closed, you can't see that window sheet. Okay, so now these balloons, the crushed curry, and the large one is going to go over here towards the edge, and then another piece of the designer paper balloon, the smaller one, is going to go next to that. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to use my Stampin' Up basic black marker. I'm just going to draw the squiggly lines or the string onto the last 2 right there. Okay, so then the last balloons get attached to the front of the card. So we're going to use the Bermuda Bay as the center, since it's the base color of the card. And then the crushed curry and the Melon Mambo are going to be on either side of the Bermuda Bay. And then Happy Birthday to You is going to go on the very front, right here. Okay, so now a couple more things that I did to the card is I'm going to add some little tiny bows. So I'm going to use the Whisper White Baker's Twine. I'm going to just tie 3 bows for the front. You could actually tie a bow for all the balloons like I did with the Melon Mambo. You can see that here. Isn't it cute? Or you could just add the bows to the front and then the ones that are attached to the card. I did that way too. But we're going to make this one where we did the bows just for the front of the card. Just like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so we get our 3 bows tied. We're going to go ahead and take the Tombow Multi, and I'm just going to dot the bottoms of the balloons with just a little dot of glue. And then we're going to attach our bows to the balloons. Okay, so then one more thing, we're going to take our Wink of Stella. Remember, you want to shake this really good before you use it. We're going to highlight the stars and then also a few of the candles on the balloons and then the front of the card. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, isn't this card adorable? I love it. So then when it's closed, it sits like this. And when it opens up, it looks like that. Oh my gosh. Love it. Okay, so let me show you the other ones again. There's the Bermuda Bay. This is the Crushed Curry. And then this is the Melon Mambo. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.